Okay, in this video we're going to be doing vector calculations. Sometimes they're just called addition, but you're going to do multiplication and subtraction as well. So I just written calculations. So you'll be given these two things here, which are called vectors. Now sometimes they don't have the little line under, it will be in bold, but obviously by hand we can't do bold, so we do the little line underneath. But it's just a sort of notation that you'll just eventually learn. This topic's actually quite nice. So the only biggest thing that people get wrong is sometimes with the signs. So just being careful that if when we do one later, be careful about if you've got if you're taking away a negative number, that actually that's the same as adding it on and things like that. But overall, it's a very, very nice topic. So we're going to go through it quite slowly. So I'm going to start with a nice easy one. So we're told that the vector A is 3 and then 2, and the vector B is -1 and 4. Okay, we are told that we need to add those two vectors together. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to write it out. Okay, but I'm going to keep them in the vector brackets to start off with. Okay, now when you add them, you always have to deal with the same level. Okay, so what I mean is, this 3 can never do anything to the bottom 4, okay? So you only deal with the tops or the bottoms together. So we're going to do 3 add -1, okay? Now if you've got an add and a negative, you obviously learn that that just becomes a take away. So 3 take away 1 would give us 2, and 2 add 4 would give us 6, and that's it, okay? So just make sure, the key is that you stay on the same level, so the tops are together and the bottoms are together. Okay, with this one, so it means we're going to multiply the vector by 2. Okay, now because we're multiplying by 2, it will affect both the top and the bottom of the vector. But again, it's nice and easy, so you just do 2 multiplied by -1, which is -2. And 2 multiplied by 4, which is +8. Okay, similar with the last one, so we need to multiply the vector A by -3. Okay, so we're going to start with the top first. So -3 multiplied by 3 gives us -9. And -3 multiplied by +2 gives us -6. Okay, so it's just making sure that you're very confident with your negative numbers. Okay, so adding them, subtracting them, and multiplication with them. Okay, I'm going to turn over. So these ones are slightly a little bit harder. We've also got 3 vectors now rather than just 2. So for this one, again, I'm just going to write it out first. So we're going to do 2 lots of the A vector, which is 0 and -2. Then we're going to add on what the C vector is, which is -3 and 0. Okay, a bit like BIDMAS, we've got to do the multiplication bit first before we can then add it on. So 2 multiplied by 0 is just 0. Be careful, I know some people want to write 2. 2 multiplied by -2 would give us -4. Okay, and then I've just rewritten the second part of it just so it makes it clear. And then we do the same as what we did before. So we're going to do 0, add -3. Well, that just becomes a negative, so that's going to be -3 at the top. And -4 add 0 means it's not doing anything, so it'll just be -4. Okay, so it's just making sure you do it step by step. And the next one, so we've got 1/2 of B. And then we're subtracting what A is, so 0 and -2. Okay, if you've got 1/2 times something, that is just the same as dividing by 2. So 4 divided by 2 would give us 2, and 2 divided by 2 would give us 1. Okay, and we're subtracting whatever A is, which we've already written down. Again, start with the top, so 2 subtract 0 is just 2. And then 1 subtract -2, if you're subtracting a negative, you're actually going to be adding it on. So 1 add 2 would give us 3. Okay, and that's our final answer.